Hello everyone, Mr. Schultz here as we dive into dividing polynomials, but with a remainder. So, like we said before, sometimes division is nice. 15 divided by 3 is, well, let's actually show this how we'd like to show it. 15 is 5 times 3, and when we divide by 3, we understand that the factor on the top and the factor on the bottom can cancel out, or 3 divided by 3 would give us 1. And so we're left with 5. But sometimes it's not going to be nice. So for example, this 4 divided by 3, well, there isn't a factor. I mean, we could divide it out and we get this like 3. We could add instead. See, this is multiply right here. If we add, we get this, and that'd be 1 and 1/3, or 1 plus 1/3. It's the same thing, but it still has a remainder of 1. It doesn't divide evenly. So in these situations, we are left with a what? Starts with an R, a remainder. It remains. Sounds like some Marvel Loki name of a villain. The one who remains. I don't know. So let's dive into what if it does have a remainder. So if we try to, if I'm going to tell you right now, if I try to factor this to find a factor, it's not going to work. There's going to be a remainder. So I'm not even going to try to factor this problem. What I am going to do is I'm going to use long division to solve this. So let me set it up. All right, so I see that I'm dividing by a binomial, so I know I'm going to start right about here. So I'm going to look at this 3z right here. I see this 3z. Okay, what can I multiply to z to get equal 3z squared? Well, 3z. So I'm going to write this down. I'm going to do 3z. And then I'm going to multiply that to each one of these. So 3z times z is 3z squared. And 3 times 5 is 15. But 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. But that's still not right because it's 3 times... Oop. Hold your horses right here. Mr. Schultz wrote this wrong. This is to the power of 3. So it has to be to the power of 3. So this is to the third power. So this would be 2z, right? Z to the power of 2 right there. So all right, guys. So now we're going back. This is what it would be. There we go. Now I do 3z times negative 5. That would give me negative 15z squared. All right. Well, now what we do is we're just going to subtract. 3z cubed, there we go, minus 3z cubed will give me 0. And then minus minus, well, I should probably want to add it now. And negative 14 or 15 minus 14 would be 1. Let's look to this. Let's make sure they have the same term. They have a z squared. Yeah, that works. So 15z squared minus 14z squared will give me z squared. So now I'm going to bring down this 7z, bring him down, and now I have to figure out what times what will get me the same thing as z squared. Well, z. So I'm going to multiply z to this binomial now. So I'm going to get z times z is z squared, and z times minus 5 would be minus 5z. And now I'm going to subtract. Z squared minus z squared is 0. And minus 7z Minus minus, well, okay, now I'm going to go back and I'm going to say, hey, I want to add instead of minus minus. I'm going to get negative 2z. Now I'm going to bring down the 3. And now I have to figure out, okay, z times what equals negative 2? Z. So it's going to be negative 2. Negative 2. Now let's change it back to black. Negative 2 times z is negative 2z. And negative 2 times negative 5 is plus 10. And so I'm going to want to subtract. So if I distribute the negative to the other ones, I should get 0. 3 minus 10 is negative 7. I'm going to tell you right now, there ain't no z's in there. So literally, I'm going to be dividing this negative 7 by z minus 5, and that's it. I can't do anything else. Negative 7, what's a cat divided by 2? It's a cat divided by 2, and if you do it in real life, you're going to get the police called on you, so don't do that. But what we can do with these polynomials is we can just take this and rewrite it. The answer would be 3z squared plus z minus 2, and we have this remainder of negative 7 over z minus 5. Remember, when we divided 4 by 3, that's equal to 1 and 1/3. 1 plus 1/3. But we don't normally say that because that's weird. English language, we don't say that. We say 1 and 1/3. Wait, we said and. All right, guys. So there should be a little check right here. I want you to test your knowledge, see if you can get this. But I'll put the answer and the work in 3, 2, 1. All right, guys. Thanks very much for watching this, and I will see you in class. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye.